Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Jack McGann. He is now 9 wins, 6 wins by KO, 1 draw. And yes, what an emphatic knockout last weekend against Roberto Duran Jr. Just talk us about firstly, glad to get you back on.
Yeah, mate, it's good to be back on, and yeah, I'm about, I think it's a week today. Yeah, it's Saturday to today, and it was just such a crazy, amazing week. The whole experience was fantastic, and then we got the icing on the cake with the great knockout, and then there was a few sprinkles on top on the way with a few little bits that just kept adding to the story. It was honestly one of the best weeks experiences of my life. Not just with fighting, just as me as a person, and it was the same for the whole team. It was fantastic.
Talk about how the fight first came about.
The fight first came about, so originally, as soon as Ngannou got matched with Tyson, everybody was just saying MMA guys can't box. He's got no chance. He's this. He's that. So we were sitting there and we were like, well, I come from MMA. I started in MMA. I'm an MMA guy, and I'm doing pretty well. So put me on it, and it takes away sort of any criticisms people have got saying they can't do it. Just sort of look at me and go, well, I'm proof that you can. With the trajectory that I'm on. So um, that's how we got our foot in the door, and then it was down to me management, and then Spencer Brown who put it all together. I owe that man so much, and yeah, it just we just got everything we wanted, and it was yeah, but like anything, it was a lot of right place, right time, and a bit of luck as well.
And then so I think you can't remember. Did you land? Did you fly on Wednesday? Did you?
Tuesday.
Tuesday for the grand
Tuesday.
arrivals, and it was sort of like a red carpet you walked on, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
How was that? Was that good?
Yeah, honestly, it was like we got sent the schedule before the fight, so you get sent like what you're doing each day right up until weigh in, fight day, fly home. Everything was there, and I got it, and it was just massive. And yeah, we landed on the Tuesday. I think most of the fighters got there Sunday, but we went on Tuesday through choice. And it was like off the plane, straight in the hotel, straight away. Like you got to go to the red carpet. Oh no, you know what? We never went to the hotel. It was land, and straight from the airport, it was straight to the red carpet thing. And I didn't know what to expect or anything like that. Sorry, someone rang me then. It didn't cut off, did it?
No, mate.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
can still
yeah,
hear
yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, it was like straight in the airport, straight to the red carpet, and then you saw us sitting there. I've never been to Saudi before. Don't know anyone who's been to Saudi to see what it's like. I had no idea what to expect. And we got there, and it was like you could see these lights going to the heavens from miles away, and the red carpet thing was on like this big central square. That it was just the screens were massive. The production was just next level. It was insane, and I think get to the red carpet, get a million cameras put in my face, getting asked a lot of questions, which I wasn't really ready for. But it's probably better that way. That it was sort of just sprung on me a little bit, and then every day, and then we come back. It was just always something. And we come back home to the hotel, got changed, went to His Excellency's house, and then the next, just every day there was something, and it was always on till pretty late, to be honest. And it's like even the night before the weigh-in, no, the night before the fight, we had that big meal at the gala with all the ex-champions and all the celebrities and all that. That was the night before the fight, and we were there till about 12:30. That's the way they work in Saudi, I think, because it's so hot. They do everything in the night time till late, and then they just don't really do anything in the day.
Mm.
So it's not
So
really the
what was
best.
that like? Did you meet any celebrities or?
Yeah, I met plenty. It was sort of overwhelming, to be honest, because there was just everywhere you look, it was just insane, and that's what I mean. I think that I I I made sure that I soaked it all in, and then I don't know if you've seen that picture with all the champions on, the
Mm.
big massive one. I'm on the end of that, and that even that is like something special that I have. I'm gonna get that um printed off like big and frame it in the house. So when I say I had memories all week to take away from, it was just special. There was a special moment every day, a couple of times, and then even when you get down to, I seen Chuck Liddell. You might be a bit too young you won't remember because you were too young. But Chuck Liddell was like the first star in the UFC. He was the big KO machine, and
Oh no,
he
I've
was like,
seen some of. I
yeah, yeah,
haven't ever watched him live, but I know who he is because I've
yeah,
seen him
yeah.
some of his
Well,
fight highlights and stuff.
well, well. Just to put it into perspective, he was like the McGregor of back then. He was the man. So I grew up watching him when I was like younger, and I met him at that gala dinner, and then the next day he was walking me out. So that's what I'm saying. It was
I
just,
mean that must have been itself like a dream. I mean, meeting him's one thing, but him walking you out with him carrying your belt
yeah,
behind you. I mean that's something special in itself, isn't it?
yeah,
As well.
really. And one of the best things as well is what I like. Like, it wasn't like we asked him to do it and he said yeah, but it wasn't like he was there getting dragged along, like rolling his eyes like he was doing a job. He really enjoyed it and got on with us. And then I said to him after, like, before the fight in the changing rooms, I couldn't really sit there speaking to him because I'm fighting in a minute. I couldn't. I had to stay switched on. So I just said to him, Chuck, after the win, come back to the changes and can I have 5 minutes with you just so I can actually speak to you normally? And he was like, yeah, yeah. And then he ended up sitting with us for like an hour after the fight as well. That's one of the best things. He really enjoyed it, and that just added to it as well. It was incredible.
And talk us through the fight.
So like it was like at the first round I come out and I was like, with Duran, I've seen him fight a few different ways, and I know that he was really slippy and his defense was really good. And then obviously because I was a good bit bigger than him, I knew he'd be fast. So for the first round, I sort of had it in the head. I was like, I'm just gonna have a look and just sort of not go mad. And we've got 8 rounds, so um we'll just see. And then to be fair, in the first round, not much happens at all really.
A bit cagey
Um,
start, wasn't it?
yeah, a little bit. It was just sort of. I think he was doing the same with me. It was just we were just having a look, and then started getting into it a little bit, and felt what he had. Didn't feel very strong. Didn't what the power wasn't really there. So I think that was it because I've seen him fight a few different ways. I was just sort of looking like, oh well, which version of Duran are we gonna get? And I
So
just
when
took a
you
round.
were went back to the corner after round one, did you think you were going to stop him in the next round?
No, I just said to my coach said, how do you feel? And I said, not much really. And I said, I'm getting into it now. But that was it. I just sort of that for that first round, I was just looking. I was like, okay, this is how you're going, and just sort of made adjustments from there. And I just noticed that he was he wasn't fainting, he wasn't holding any feints, and he sort of was coming in and was sort of reaching a little bit. So I just seen it. But no, if you would ask me, are you going to catch him this round, or are you going to hit him with a left hook? I would have said no. I was just this camp because he was. I would say though, because he was so fast, because of the size, I knew that I had to just let my hands. That I had to be fast. So when you think fast, you are fast, and I just had to let my hands fly and just let it flow. And that's that. And when you box like that, that's when you get those kind of shots. Not when you go looking for it. Do you know what I mean? When you try and force it.
And how happy were you when you got the knockout?
I was over the moon. It was just like with the way the week was, it, how special it all was. I had to that had to happen, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it just yeah, it was just I was happy. I was made up, and it just put icing on the cake for the week. And it was another highlight reel knockout. So I got a couple of them now.
Mate, I think you're on like 5 knockouts in a row, I think.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, it's five, I think. But even in MMA, I had plenty of really good quality knockouts. So I know
What
that.
what knockout, whether that's in MMA or boxing, what one for you stands out of all your knockout wins?
Mm. I'd say there's three. There's that one the other day, but that sort of because he wasn't out, sort of can't. If he was out, that would have been it.
What
But there was
about the
one I
John
got him.
Brennan one? Is that one of the
John,
top three?
yeah, no, it wasn't. But that's what I'm saying. I've got a few good ones for me straight away. I got one in Dublin a couple of years ago. That was really good. I got one in Moscow. That was good. They're on my Instagram, like pinned at the top. And
So
then
was the Moscow one MMA, that one?
yeah. That was. I'd say that one. Yes, that one last week was me best one in boxing so far. I'd say the
Yeah.
John Brennan one was good, but I think that was just because I got up off the floor for the first time. It just added to that fight a little bit more.
Mm. And was there any nerves going into that fight? Of course, you had like Cristiano Ronaldo watching, Frank Bruno, and all these Chuck Liddell as well. All of these big names, legends in the sport of boxing, and just famous footballers around the world. Was there any nerves?
No, not so much for that because as soon as I get in there, like I'm not sitting there thinking, oh, he's watching, she's watching, he's there, she's there, but you just sort of switch off that. But it was just more. There's always nerves. There's nerves when like there was nerves when I was fighting. No, for me anyway, no matter what, you always get that, and it's not like you're sitting there nervous about the other man. It's just this is it. Like you've been working towards something, and you don't know the outcome, and this is it. And I always say, like with fighting, anything else you pick in the world, if you put a couple of weeks work into it, usually you get a result at the end. Fighting, you put all the work into everything right, and it just might not go your way, and then nobody sees all that work you put in, nobody knows, and it's like you wasted it all, and you go back. So it's so vital and important that it goes your way and you perform. So it's more so just like it's not like, oh, I'm fighting and I'm nervous and everyone's watching. It's just like this is it now. This is what you've all been leading towards, and it's the unknown is always scary. You know what I mean?
And of course, did you get to watch Tyson Fury and Garni?
Yeah, I
Thoughts
did.
on the fight?
I think it was. I needed to go back and watch it really because I was like, it was like by the time they fought, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We've been out all day, and on fight day, like after the fight, you just get this big like dump, and I was so tired watching it, and I think that as well. When I was watching it, when Fury, I thought Fury looked really bad. But that's no secret. Yeah, he had a really bad day at the office, and then you got Ngannou, who no one knew what he was going to be like, who was fighting for his life with nothing to lose, and it was a really dangerous mix. And I think once, as far as scoring it goes, I do think Tyson won, even though in the rounds where not much was happening, they were the rounds he was winning, and there was a lot of them. So I do think he definitely won. But I think that's hard to like judge a fight and score it live when after you've just watched Tyson get knocked down with something that should never have happened. That shock factor, and then from that point, Ngannou's throwing everything into these shots. So you sort of just looking at it going, he's going to get him, he's going to go, he's going to get him, he's going to get. Do you know what I mean? It sort of takes away your ability to judge the fight and look at it with fair eyes because of the shock thing. That's my view on it anyway. But no, I think that if the takeaways are Fury was just bad on the night, but you get bad days in the office. That could have been with anyone. He still definitely won. And then Ngannou, he won as well because no one was giving him a chance, and now he's getting talked about. AJ, Wilder, Zhang, all big top heavyweights to fight again, and he's really burst onto the scene. And me personally, I don't want to see Ngannou's fight be MMA next. I want to see him box for a little bit, and I think the rest of the world does. Um, so yeah, consider, and no matter what, it was a close fight. So he had the best debut on the planet, one of the best sporting feats. I'd say one of the best sporting feats in history, as far as going straight in at the deep end and going like that and what he's done. So they're my takeaways from the event. But I would have to go back and watch it because I was fucking knackered.
Yes, and of course now you are. Is it mandatory?
Yeah.
For the British
Yeah.
against Samuel Antry. What month do you think the fight will be? Do you think it'll be like March, February next year, April?
So it goes. We got made mandatory last month. This month on the circulars, well, every month the board come out and say what's happened with each belt, and on I think it's on the 8th of next week, next Wednesday. I think then we get told, because the purse bids are up, we get told when it is and where it is. But it has to happen by the end of March. So I imagine it'll be March time, February, something like that.
So do you think do you think it will be back on TNT Sport, the Queensbury show, or is Sam Antry signed with Boxer, is he?
Yeah, but the way it works is it doesn't matter. So it goes up to purse bids,
Oh yeah.
which means so whatever promotion bids the most money, they get the fight, no matter, even if Sam's signed. I'm a free agent, I'm not signed with anybody. But if I think Sam's signed with Solomon or whoever, or maybe Boxer, I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter. He'll have one fight with whoever bids the most, and then after that, it frees up. I think that's how it works anyway. But at the minute, because it is up for first bids, it can happen anywhere before March.
How excited are you to be fighting for the British title?
I'm so excited. I'm over the moon. Obviously, like, I was expected to get mandatory because originally, Sam Antwi was fighting Mason Cartwright. They was part of an eliminator, and then I was part of an eliminator with Lee Cutler. Lee Cutler wanted to go a different way, so then Antwi and Mason fought for the vacant belt.
Thoughts on
Otherwise,
that fight?
great fight, great 12-round fight as always with most British title fights, and I think Sam showed that he's the champion for a reason, and he really got a deserving win and fought hard. So it was a great fight, as most British title fights are, which I imagine what ours would be like. But yeah, so even if so whenever we fight, really, that's when we should have fought for the vacant title. So my point is, I wasn't surprised getting the British, but now I can sort of switch on to it now, because obviously I had to take care of business last Saturday. I've done that now. I've had a couple of days off, and now I can start switching on to the British.
When are you getting back into training?
This week, I've just had the week off, and then been eating good, and that's it. I'll get back in, and obviously with the fight not being for a while, we'll just sort of judge how training goes and whatever. But yeah, I'm back in the gym for Monday.
Good stuff, mate. And before I let you go, do you want to thank, whether that's manager, trainers, sponsors, just anybody, as always?
Yeah, just as always, for that one especially, it's Spencer Brown first off. His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh, who put that whole show on and made the magic happen in Saudi. My management team, Alfie Warren, Samantha Hudson, my sponsor, and then just for me, I'm an ambassador for the Power of One organisation. So just to give them a little shout out as well. And then everyone else for that fight, everyone who helped me was, the team was massive. Gavin Stead, Kerry Case, and then everyone who helped me, all the lads in sparring and everything else. And then Joe Machen and Techdown, the Rotunda, I used their lads a lot, and the preparation was down to a lot of people. So probably left a lot of people out. And yeah, but it was a really group effort. Oh, and my girlfriend as well. If I don't thank her, she'll boot me.
But yes, mate. Thanks for your time as always, and well done last weekend, mate. Well done.
Oh, thanks so much, Sam. Thanks so much, Sam. Yeah.
Nice one, mate. Thank you for your time. Bye.